Has anybody ever given it before? Okay, what is graphic design all about? Just signify by telling me what to see on my screen.
Graphic design with CorelDRAW.
The computer you are using now, the computer you are using to use phone of the phone you are using, somebody sat down and designed it. All right. Good morning, everyone. I want to ensure everybody can hear me. I think I've given about 5 minutes for people to join this meeting. So if you know you can hear me clearly, just signify, say anything. Good morning.
Good morning.
We can hear you. Good morning.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Also, I want to confirm that everybody can see my screen. So if you can see my screen now, just signify by telling me what you see on my screen.
Graphic design with CorelDRAW by Michael.
All right. Who else?
Graphic design with CorelDRAW.
Okay. I'm having issue with allowing everybody to join this meeting, but I guess okay. I think I'm just admitting everybody to the meeting, but in the meantime, we have a good number so we can kick off. All right, so my name is Michael Myros. I'm also a student of University of Lagos, Faculty of Educational and Social Science, year 3. And I'm a media enthusiast. I introduced myself earlier this week on the group, and I guess that's just that's informal. So let's make this the official one. I'm a graphic designer. As much as I'm a student, my major income, I can say my major income is graphic design. I do graphic design for a few brands, and mostly I work remotely with different companies as a freelancer. And over the years, you know, it's good practices and you know, doing the work over and over again, it has all brought me here to anchoring a class like this. So let's get right into it. I don't know, I attended the first class that was anchored by the previous guy who taught Canva, graphic design with Canva. So did anybody attend the class? If you are here and you attended the Canva class, kindly signify.
I did.
Okay. Nice. So the Canva class, I think, has rounded up, and mostly Canva is a design application that works with both phones and laptops, but you can only work with Canva online. I'm trying to give you just a brief about Canva so you can understand how CorelDRAW works. CorelDRAW is a professional design application that allows you to work offline and online. But most CorelDRAW users work offline because working offline is more efficient and it gives you originality. What I mean by originality is once you have your CorelDRAW software installed on your laptop, whatever design comes out of it belongs to you, provided that you don't, you know, you are not using somebody else's copyright version of the work. So whatever design you do on CorelDRAW belongs to you. There are no templates where you can, for example, on Canva, there are a lot of templates where you can manipulate, change this, change that. But on CorelDRAW, once you have it offline, you are working with it and everything you do out of it belongs to you. So it's quite professional, and CorelDRAW is like is a classy software such that you can use it in any field. It works in a lot of ways. However, CorelDRAW also has its own differences to other apps. There are other software like Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator and Quad Design, and all those apps too have their own functions and they have their own uniqueness. But this class is majorly going to be about CorelDRAW, and I trust that most of you have been able to install the software through the link that was sent earlier. If you have not done that, don't feel bad about this class. This class is just an introduction into CorelDRAW. So at the end of this class, we are still going to share the link again so that other people can also install CorelDRAW on their laptop and get right on it during the second class. Now this class is going to be done before 12 o'clock. It's just an introduction. I'll tell you a little things and I'll teach you about 3 to 4 tools you can use on CorelDRAW. And I'll also give you an assignment. That way you can have an hands-on, can have a hands-on practice on it during the week before we come back to the class again. So for those that are just joining, you're welcome aboard. My name is Michael Myros and I'm a tutor for graphic design with CorelDRAW. So we dive right into it. So graphic design. Has anybody ever given it a thought that, okay, what is graphic design all about? And have you ever thought, is it actually a professional? Is it actually a professional career? Like, can I go into graphic design and get paid big and all of that? So if you have any idea, I want to make this class very interactive, such that we can go into the introduction and the practicals, while we are interacting. If you have any idea what graphic design is, kindly tell me, please. I know you can see it on the screen, but let's hear other stuff. Anybody, please, just unmute and get right into it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To me, graphic design
Sorry, your name, please.
is okay. I'm Oladoja. I'm Dalat.
Good.
So graphic design to me is a way of communicating things to people through either visual means or image with shapes and the likes.
Okay, you have an idea. That makes sense. Any other person? I want to be calling out names. I have Adeboyega Oluwa, Adeboye Oluwa, something. I can't see the full name. I have Adeyemi Adeleke, Ashirat Arowo Jobe, Akorede Akim. All of you are on the meeting right now. So kindly say something. Anybody? I'm unmuting you now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Eridipexi Adesimsola.
Adesimson, all right.
Yes, so I feel graphic design is just about
Good afternoon.
graphic design is about
Good afternoon, please.
yes, I can.
We can hear you. Go ahead, soon.
Based
Okay,
on my
so
own,
I'll be like wait.
Hold on, please. Let her finish talking before you go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying graphic design consists mainly of
I
shapes,
think someone
images,
was actually
color,
talking.
bringing in text to communicate information visually, to pass them to the audience. So
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead, Akorede Akim. Akorede Akim, go ahead, please. All right. Any other person? Get right into it. What do you think about graphic design? Okay. In the absence of none, by the normal definition we have online by the American Institute of Graphic Arts, graphic design is defined as the art and practice of planning and projecting ideas and experiences with visual and textual content. Now, we realize that all these words put together are secondary. We have terms like content, textual, visual, experiences, projecting, planning, practice, and all of that. You may not quite understand. So breaking it down in my own words, graphic design is the art of or profession of visual communication that combines images, words, shapes, lines, and colors to convey information to an audience, especially to produce a specific effect. Now, what I mean by saying this is this. When you can combine the shapes below, the elements below, these elements, we have shapes, you have lines, you have text, you have images, and you have colors. If you can combine all these elements together into a design, that makes you a graphic designer. The moment you know how to use all of this, you are a designer. So sometimes we always give ourselves, we think too much about, wow, you see an ad, for example, you are going on the road and you see a billboard, Coca-Cola, share happiness, and you are looking at, wow, how did the person put light into this thing? How did they make this come alive? How did this happen? How did that happen? The fact is somebody actually sat down and put all those things together. You understand? So just like when you go to a studio or you are in a party taking photographs, the picture that comes out at the end is not just a result of one person pressing a button and snapping it. You understand? It's the picture is going to be beautiful as a result of, number one, maybe the cloth you are making, which is made, the cloth you are wearing rather, which is made by the tailor, and then the makeup you are using, which was put on by a makeup artist, and then probably what else? The shoes you are wearing by a cobbler, and all of those things together will make up a good personality. Those are the elements in graphic design too. So we have shapes, lines, text, images, and colors. All those things put together is going to give you a nice design at the end of the day. So there's nothing so hard in saying somebody is a graphic designer, because anybody can be a graphic designer. You don't need a certification by a professional organization to be a graphic designer. All you have to know how to do is use the right tools and have the right thinking. Now, the only thing every graphic design app or every graphic design software have in common is shapes, lines, text, images, and colors. In any design app, you should be able to use all these things to bring out a different design. An example is what I have here on the right side of your screen. I use the shapes here. You are going to see a circle inside that box. The box itself is a square. You are going to see the logo here, which I have. There is an icon here that has 3 colors. That serves as the logo. You have text, you have pictures, you have 2 lines here, and you have an image. That's just an example of combining all of this together to give you a good design. So by the time you combine all this together, it does not even have to be everything. Sometimes all you have to do is colors and shapes and text. In fact, almost everybody in the world, take part in the graphic design process every now and then. If you use Microsoft Word to type, you have been taking part in graphic design process, because by the time you are typing a letter, they will tell you the data has to go to the right, the address has to go to the left, the signatures have to come under, and you have to underline the signature, and then you have to leave paragraphs. All those things are graphic design contexts that you can also use to make money and give yourself a better financial standard. Some people are just joining us. They are in the first page of our design, of our class rather. We are discussing what graphic design is. We have the definition of graphic design and the breakdown, which is the combination of putting shapes, lines, text, images, and colors together in order to make a beautiful design. An example is what I have here on the right. Now, after this class, I'm going to share this presentation to the group, and it will also be uploaded in a drive so that everybody can have access to this presentation. So, but while we are here, you can still focus so that you can still grab a few things. I think now is the best time. If you have your laptop with you, now is the best time to open your CorelDRAW software, and we want to get into doing 1 or 2 things with CorelDRAW. So again, I want to make sure everybody is here. Randomly, just unmute and say something, everybody. Hello.
Yo, man.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Anyone else? Hello.
Yeah,
Good morning, Maurice.
hello,
Good
good
morning. Good
morning.
morning, Chief.
No. No.
Good morning.
Good. So,
Yes,
we
I'm
have
with
5
you, sir.
minutes. In the next 5 minutes,
Good
you're
morning.
welcome. You're welcome. In the next 5
Good
minutes,
morning. Good
start
morning.
up your.
Is it-
Yeah, good morning. In the next 5 minutes, please start up your
Good
Corel
morning.
Draw software. You want to get right now. Start up your Corel Draw software. Start up your Corel Draw software. While you're doing that, for those that are just joining, we're talking about the graphic design process. And graphic design is the combination of text, lines, shapes, images, and colors to bring out a beautiful design. Now, I remember I wanted to share something with you. We all must have heard about painters, famous painters like let's just Google search something. I'm sure you can see my screen. Good. We have heard of famous painters like Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh, and all these guys here. Now, the difference between what they do, because they are painters, they use brush and ink and canvas to bring out beautiful and amazing art. The difference between what they do and what graphic designers do is simply digital. Okay? Everything they do with brush and paint and all the skill is what developed into graphic design, because at some point some people said, okay, all this painting, drawing a man, why not let us have a computer where someone can sit down with his mouse and trackpad and draw that same man? Okay, why should we have to sit down and draw a flyer, a flag? Why should somebody have to paint a flag? Why can't someone just sit down and paint a flag with an application or with a software on his phone or on his laptop? And that's what transcended into graphic design. So literally the difference between graphic design and art is just the digital part. Okay, there are some people who have the skill to draw everything. They can use their pen and paper or paint and canvas to draw everything that we are going to be doing on computers. We are going to be doing digitally. But the difference is digitally makes it faster. We live in a world now where people want their advert, they want their businesses out. If a man wants to draw you a logo, he might tell you, don't worry, I'll give you your logo by the end of this month, because I have to sit down, conceptualize, and come up with a creative logo. I'll use my paint and my brush. And then you have another guy standing there and telling you, just give me 2 hours. I'm going to sit down and draw and come up with a unique logo for your business. We all know that we are going to patronize the one that is going to give you the logo in 2 hours. It's common sense. You understand? So at the end of the day, digital work makes it faster and even more beautiful and more presentable. So all these things, they are intertwined. Art comes up, and along the line you have adverts, along the line you have graphics. And another thing I want to add into my explanation is that we all always think about graphic design as a very petite job, a very low, it's not really a big thing when it comes to the media or the workforce industry today. But the fact is, on the ladder of tech, graphics is is in a very low standard. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you cannot do tech. You cannot do any part of media, any part of advertising, any part of relations in the world without having graphics. It is not possible. Look at everything we have around us today, from the water we drink, bottled water, to pure water nylons, to paper, to biscuits, nylons, packagings, and all of that. Those stuff are done by some graphic designers sitting somewhere and making their money out of it. You understand? The book you used to write today, somebody designed it. The computer you are using now, the computer you are using to listen, or the phone you are using, somebody sat down and designed it on an app, maybe on Photoshop or CorelDRAW. Somebody sat down and designed the computer and showed it that, okay, this is what the computer is going to look like at the end of the day, before the engineers went in to produce it. So the fact is, on the ladder of tech, in the industry we have today, you can never do without graphic design. That's what makes the skill very important. So the moment you have the skill of a graphic designer, you fit into any sector. Wherever you find yourself, you can work, depending that you have the right client and they can pay you. So a lot of people discriminate and they think, I want to learn tech, I want to learn web design, I want to learn back-end development, front-end development. at the end of the day, as a back-end developer, if you don't know how to do graphic design, you are going to end up patronizing a graphic designer to design your application, the logo, the this, the that. Graphic designers come in, and another advantage is that as a graphic designer, because you start on the lowest part of the tech ladder, you are always going to have the hunger to want to learn more. I started off as a graphic designer, but now I know photography, I know UI UX design, and I'm also doing my best in web designing, like standard website designing and development. So starting off as a graphic designer helps you to survive well in the media space, and you can compete anywhere. It's a skill that is required and is at demand all over the world. Wherever you find yourself, you have the skill up there. All you need is a computer, and you get your job done. All right. I believe that with that few explanation, we are all set, and our CorelDRAW app is ready. Now, if you have started your CorelDRAW app, this is what you might be seeing. If you have not seen that yet, let me show you my own CorelDRAW app. Okay, you are going to have an interface like this on CorelDRAW. If you have not seen any interface like this, just click on Control N or Command. If you are using a Mac, Command N. That's new, a new page. Control N to start a new page. Then press Enter. Control N and Enter. Let me know if you have done that. Control N and Enter. Command N and Enter to bring you into a new page. Kindly signify if you have done that.
Done.
Nice.
Done.
Nice. So do you have a page like this? A page like this? An interface like this?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. Good.
Yes.
So that interface, good. Nice. Let me open my own CorelDRAW now. Now, this is my own CorelDRAW, and this interface you are seeing is basically called your work. This interface is called your workspace. Everywhere around here, you can walk around it. You can do anything you like. You can write here, you can draw here, you can illustrate here, everything. Now, the shape within, this shape within your workspace, this shape within is called your worksheet. Your worksheet. This is your worksheet. Why? Because at the end of the day, the design you are going to be doing is going to be inside this worksheet. So I can type here, I can click on my typing icon and type everything I want to type here, and type, and I can draw. I can draw different shapes here and different shapes here. But at the end of the day, you must bring everything that you are drawing and typing into your worksheet. So we have the workspace and the worksheet, and I hope you understand that. So that's just an introduction. Let's go into CorelDRAW basically. CorelDRAW is a graphic software developed by Corel Corporation to develop vector graphics, to put in a formal definition. That's what CorelDRAW is all about. It's an application software where you can put in formal presentations, design logos, design flyers, basically design anything you can name. That's what is done on CorelDRAW. And everything you see on CorelDRAW are vector graphics. And I'm highlighting it here so that, because I know that's basically the secondary statements there you may not understand. And the Corel graphics is defined here. Is a vector graphics is a computer-made image that is made up of points, lines, and curves, and are based on mathematical equations. Now, let me explain that better so that you can understand. Now, I'm going back to my CorelDRAW. This is my worksheet. Now, everything you are seeing on this sheet, all these tools, everything you are looking at is called vector graphics. Vector graphics is what allows CorelDRAW to work offline. For example, Canva. If you're in the Canva class, Canva is a software that works online. So whatever you do on Canva may not be able to work on CorelDRAW because Canva will not work with vector graphics. So if you want to work on Canva, you have to have like maybe 1 gig or 2 gigs so that you can work efficiently. You have to have good internet so that you can work with speed and all of that. But on CorelDRAW, you don't need all of that because everything is offline. So it is all vector graphics. The shape I'm going to draw now is vector graphics. It can be shared anywhere. You can change the colors, you can increase it, and you can decrease it. Anyone you like, can increase and decrease anyhow you like it. All because it is a vector graphics and can allow you to work both online and offline. Okay. Having said that, I think the explanation and the presentation makes it easier. You understand what the CorelDRAW is. This is your startup page. So if you have started your CorelDRAW, this is what you are going to be looking at on your screen. Just if you have not seen that yet, click on Control N. That gives you a new page. This is a new page. And in order to add another page into this, you can just click on the plus sign below page 1. Below page 1 here, you can just click on the plus sign. You have another page, that's page 2. You can click on this, you have page 3. You can click on this, you have page 4. You understand? And then to undo everything you have been doing, you can just click on Control Z. Just like in Microsoft Word. In order to undo, you can click on Control Z. That means, okay, I don't want all this page anymore. You can just undo everything. You understand? And if you draw a shape too, and you feel like, oh, I don't like this page and this shape anymore, you can just click on Control Z. That's undo. So you can do stuff and undo it. And if you have done 10 stuff, you have different shapes here, different shapes, you can just undo by pressing Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. As simple as that. So that's the startup page, Control Z, and then the plus sign around here, this plus sign gives you a new page. The more you press it, the more new pages you have. All right, going to the next page. We have less than 20 minutes more on this class. Kindly mute your mic, please. I'm looking at trying to figure out who's talking. Ngozi Ugumba, kindly mute your mic, please. All right, thank you very much. So back to CorelDRAW. We are on the 4th page. We have less than 30 minutes. Now, you might ask yourself, what are the things you can do with CorelDRAW? You can do posters, visiting cards, ID cards, stationaries, design, letterhead papers. I'm sure you see letters that people write out to company. Most of letterheads are done with CorelDRAW. You can do, all these stands. Standee is like a paper stand or a calendar stand that you see on tables or menu tables. That's what a stand is. You can do magazine designs. That's why I was showing you the page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4 the other time. If you want to design a magazine with CorelDRAW, it allows you to add on pages. So you can add as many pages as you want, and you just keep adding until you have the number of pages you want in your magazine. We have brochures, we have flyers. Majorly, a lot of graphic designers know how to do flyers because that's like the major source of income. You are going out and you see posters, you see advert placement on billboards and all of that. All those are flyers. Emailers are all these graphics you see in your email. Banks will send you an email and it has graphics all over it. WhatsApp marketing. If you're a WhatsApp marketer, maybe you have a business that you do on WhatsApp. Graphic design will help you. You can do a flyer for all of your packages, all your products, and just post it. And some of us already have ideas of what product shoot is. If you have products, you can do a product shoot for it and still design all the stuff you want inside that product shoot. A lot of people do that. For example, maybe you sell cups and you want to advertise that you can have your picture inside this cup, but the cup you have does not have a picture. So you can just snap the cup, bring it to CorelDRAW and place a picture on the cup just to show people that this is the end product at the end of the day. And you just realize that, okay, people are seeing it, they can relate with it, and they start to make orders. So a lot of people do that. That's why some of the books you see online and some of the stuff you see online, not all of it are real. Graphic designers will manipulate so that people can engage more, have a real, a realistic interaction with the product and make orders. That's why a lot of times you have the result of what I ordered and what I got. You see people ordering this because some people have designed it and manipulated the colors and made it look so good. And by the time they get the product, they realize that what they are getting is not even close to what they saw online. So WhatsApp marketing, emailers, and all of that, they help. And catalog. So these are the various tools I want us to discuss in the next 20 minutes. I'm going to look into all these tools. The first tool, let's go to CorelDRAW. Open your CorelDRAW app. The first tool is this tool that is up here. It's called the Pick tool. This tool here is called, let me show you here. It's called the Pick tool. This tool here. This tool here is like the almighty tool. Yeah, sorry I'm using that. It's the almighty tool in CorelDRAW. Why? Because you cannot use all of these tools without going back to the Pick tool. So, for example, if I have to type something, I have to use my text tool. The text tool is the tool on your CorelDRAW app that has the letter A on it. It's called the text tool. It allows you to type into whatever it is you are designing. So this is the text tool. If I click on it now, you see that my icon has left this Pick tool. It has gone into the text tool. But it will allow you to type. By the time you are done typing, for example, I'll type my name, Marius. By the time I'm done typing, you have to go back to the Pick tool to signify that you are done using that tool. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, kindly take me back at any point in time. So the Pick tool is the almighty tool. Why I call it that is because it allows you to use every other tool. And when you are done using any tool, you have to go back to the Pick tool in order to signify that, hey, CorelDRAW, I'm done using all these tools. I'm back to Pick tool. So if at the end of the day I've typed this and I want this name to be here, I'll delete this now. I'll just highlight it and delete it. Now, if I've typed this and I want this to be here on this part of my CorelDRAW design, I have to go back to Pick tool to signify that, yes, I'm done. Now, I now want to create a circle under this name. I'll have to come to circle, click on circle. This is the circle tool. It's called the ellipsis tool. I have to draw a circle here. I'll just click on CorelDRAW and drag it to any size I like. By the time I'm done dragging it, I'll leave my mouse, and then I have to go back to Pick tool to signify that, hey, CorelDRAW, I'm done using this circle. So you go back to Pick tool. Do you understand? You have to signify that you're done using this circle and you go back to Pick tool. And it goes on and on and on and on. So every time you use any tool here, you have to go back to the Pick tool. Let me take you back to the presentation to have a better understanding. This box here signifies where your toolbox will be. Your toolbox is here. If your toolbox is there and you have been able to locate it, kindly signify randomly. Just come online and signify.
Yeah, I
Done.
can see it.
Nice. Good. Good. So your toolbox is there. Your toolbox has a Pick tool. Now you can just click on this A. There's an A there. The A is the typing tool. Okay, you can just click on the A there and type anything. After you are done typing, make sure you go back to this Pick tool and click on it. Kindly do that now to just play around it. Type. When you are done typing, go back to Pick tool.
Sorry, it's not typing.
If you have clicked on the typing tool, yeah, make sure you click on the CorelDRAW to signify that this is where you want to type. So you have clicked on the A, then click on the part where you want to type again. Then you start typing. After you are done typing, type here. After you are done typing, you go back to Pick tool. Signify that you're done with what you're doing. Are you all there?
Done, sir.
Yes.
Good. That's very easy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very easy. So today, just in the last 30 minutes, we have learned about the Pick tool and the text tool. I'm taking it randomly so that you have a better understanding. Forget the way I wrote it here. I wrote it here in the presentation so that by the time I share the material with you, you are going to have a better understanding of how it works. But I'm explaining it from my head and so that you can understand better. Now, we have learned pick 2 here, the number 1 here, and we have learned the number 4, which is the text 2. Right? I wrote the text 2 twice. Sorry about that. The last one there is supposed to be the freehand 2, not the text 2. All right. The second one is what we are going to learn now, rectangle 2 and the ellipsis 2. Rectangle and ellipsis are the same thing. In normal English, we know what an ellipsis is. An ellipsis is something that keeps going without an end, which is a circle. Keep going round and round and round without an end. That's what an ellipsis tool is. And in CorelDRAW, ellipsis is a circle. Kindly mute your mic if your mic is on, please. Let me see who that is. Kindly mute. Thank you very much. Back to CorelDRAW. This tool right here, this is the rectangle tool. In every CorelDRAW app, the rectangle tool is always beside this circle tool. The circle tool is the ellipsis tool. So, circle tool and ellipsis tool work in the same way. So we are going to execute those practicals at the same time. So you can just click on any of the tools, either circle or triangle. I'm clicking on the triangle tool now. Now this is a triangle tool. If you want to use it, you have to click where you want to put it. Me now, I've clicked on the triangle tool and I want it to be here on this part of my design. So I'll just left click and drag. You put your hand on the left mouse, on the left click of the mouse and drag it down. I'll do it again here. You left click and drag. By the time you are done, you can remove your hand from the mouse. You hold. Sorry, I was saying click. What I meant is you hold. You hold the left and you drag. You hold it and drag. By the time you are done, you release it. I'm pressing on do now to undo it. If I've done that, just simply say done.
Yes, done.
Good, that's nice.
Done, sir.
Done.
Nice. If you are not getting anything and you have your CorelDRAW open, don't let us leave you behind. Tell me that.
Done.
Good. Now, do you have your good? Have you been able to type? Nice.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I have some.
So that means as of now, you should be able to type, draw a shape, and use the pick tool. So if you are done drawing your shape like this, you have to go back to pick tool to signify. Go back to pick tool and click pick tool to signify that you are done using the shape. Now, let's make it more interesting. Draw 2 shapes. Remember, you have your name on CorelDRAW. My name is Myros. I've written my name here. I have my shape here, a rectangle. I also want to use the ellipsis tool to draw a circle. Let's put the circle inside the triangle or the first one we draw. So now this is my ellipsis tool. It's inside the rectangle. Have you been able to do that? Kindly signify. Remember, you hold it and drag.
I have, sir.
Nice. Who else?
Thank you, sir.
Draw a circle, draw a rectangle, write your name above. That makes sense, right? Who else has done that? Please signify.
Done.
Nice. There's a lady here, Ngozi.
Done.
Nice. Ologun Lulua.
Yeah, I said done.
Nice. I'm trying to point out those that have been responding. I'm interested in making you guys graphic designers.
Done.
I'm done.
Nice.
I'm done. I'm
Nice.
done.
Nice.
Done.
Very well. Good. Now, movement. Movement is a very interesting thing in CorelDRAW. Remember I said you should draw your shape tool on top of each other, right? Now go back to pick tool. That means we are done drawing our shapes. We have a circle, and we have a rectangle. So what you are going to do now is you are going to move the one above to the side. You can move anyone you like, but me, I want to move the circle. Just move the circle by clicking on there's an X in the middle. There's an X in the middle of the circle or of anyone you click. If you click on the name, there will be, this icon on top of what you have clicked to show that this is what is actually active. So now I'm making this circle active. I'm going to move it out gently to the side of my design. I want you to do the same thing. You click on it, hold, and move it. You click on it, hold, and move it out. Just move one of the shapes out.
I've done that, sir.
Done.
Nice. We are learning all these things simultaneously. There's no manual for how we are learning. We are learning it simultaneously because we have short time. So just move any of the shape. If you know you have been unable to do that, tell me so that I can tell you what you are doing wrong and we can move on. Just move any of the shape.
Yes, it's moving, but it's not. It's still there. I don't know.
Okay, you make sure you are holding while you click. You hold as if you want to draw, but just hold and move it out. By the time you have it where you want it to be moved to, you release your mouse. Then that means it is there. Anybody? While she's doing that, you can pick a color. We are moving on now to the next one, picking colors.
Done.
Nice. That's beautiful. Color palette. We are moving to the next page, which is page 5 on our, page 6 rather. Yeah, page 6 on our presentation. The color palette. Make sure that you have your color palette on the right-hand side of your screen. Can you see it? This is the color palette. It has different colors. Can you see it? This is my CorelDRAW. This is my color palette on the side here. There are different colors attached. If you look at the color palette, there's an arrow down there that allows it to bring out all the colors. There's an arrow below it, just fainted there, hiding. You just click on that color palette, you see all the colors. So what I want you to do is click on which of those elements you want to be active. For example, now I want my name to be active here, so I'll click on my name and select the color I want by left clicking on any color. Just left click. Now I want my color, the name to be blue, so I'll just click on blue here. Left click blue. Who can do that? Anybody? Because I'm done with this, I'll just go to the shapes too. I'll click on this shape. I want my shape to be green, and I want the other one to be red. Once I
Done.
click on it, I'll click on
I've
it.
done that, sir. Done, sir.
Done.
Nice.
Done.
Make sure
I've
everything
done that, sir.
nice. Make sure everything is colored. Just pick colors. We are trying to play around it so
Yes,
we
sir.
can see how it works. Pick different colors. You can draw as much shapes as possible. Pick different colors so that you can actually see how it works. Are you there?
Please, where
Yes,
did
sir.
you
Yes,
click
sir.
the color from? Sorry for drawing you
On the
back.
right part of your screen. The color is on
Right
the
side.
right part of your
Okay. I can see it now. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So you can just click. There's a little arrow below the color palette. You see a little arrow. Just click on that arrow. That arrow will show you every color available to you. You just click on it. Probably in the next class, we are going to talk about color separation, how to mix different colors in CorelDRAW, how to make one shape have like 3 different colors. That's how
Sir,
you see all these effects done. But
I want to
today
ask
we
you
are
a question,
taking.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I want to ask if, like, in case there's a particular shade of maybe blue or whatever color you need, and you don't have the exact color on the color palette, can you like create like a custom
Yes.
color?
Yes, you can create any color you like. You can create any color you like, but we are not going into that today. In the next
All
class, I'm
right,
going to
sir.
teach you that. Now, the
All right.
second thing you have
Thank you,
to
sir.
know on, yeah, the second thing you have to know is
Sorry,
that,
sir. Sorry.
go ahead, please, go ahead.
Sorry. How did everything get colored? This one is
You,
only the
se-
side.
you select the shape you
Ye-
want. You select the elements you want on your screen to be active. Right now, look at my screen here. I'm sharing my screen right now. I'm selecting my name. I want this name that I selected to be color yellow. So I'll click on, because I've clicked on the name, it is active. Then I'll go to my color palette and click on yellow. Can you see that?
Yes.
Good. So you have to click on what you want to change. It is what you want to change that will be affected by the color that you have selected. Do you understand? So I'm clicking this now. This is my rectangle. The reason why I'm calling this a rectangle is because I can see that all the shapes are not equal. Look at where my mouse is. This is where the sizing is. This is the length and this is the height. You understand? If you want your shape to be a perfect square, it's the same thing you are going to use, the same rectangle. But while you are drawing it, you make sure that your hand is on control. So the control will control all the sides to make sure it's on perfect square. For example, I've clicked on the rectangles tool now. I've clicked on rectangle tool. I will now click on control. Make sure my hand is on control, and then I'll drag. That way, all the shapes, all the sides are increasing, together. It is a perfect square. This is a perfect square, while this one is a rectangle. Understand? You can increase each side from this side. You can increase from this side. You can increase from this side. The same thing with the ellipsis tool. So I've gone back to pick tool now. I want to use the ellipsis tool, which is the circle tool. I can just delete this one and go to my circle tool. You can click on control while you are using the circle tool to make sure that your circle is a perfect circle. You just click on control and drag. When you drag it, it looks perfect. But if you want it to have the shape of an oval, you don't need to create, or maybe an egg. You don't need to click on control. You just draw it without clicking on control, like the one above it here. You see what it looks like. It's not a perfect square. It's not a perfect circle, rather. So it looks like, an oval, like an egg-shaped circle. So now that I'm done drawing, I have to go back to pick tool in order to signify that. We are still on colors. Remember, if you want to change your color, you have to click on which one you want to change and then go to your color selection to pick the color. Let's make this light blue. Good. And this one, let's make this one black. Black, 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 black. Yeah, good. Having done that, go back to the presentation. In my presentation, I also highlighted that this shape above here is where you are going to have, is the fill, the color fill. You have to left click. But on the color fill, there's an outline. You see a black outline around it. This black outline is the result that we have here. That's why I signify that in this shape above, the fill color is green and the outline color is black. The outline color here is the edge, is the edge of the shape. So in order to change the color on the edge of the shape, you are going to, instead of left clicking, you go to the color and you right click. Now let me go to my color order. So go back to the shape in the middle of your design. Everybody, this is the shape. So instead of left clicking to select a color, don't left click now, right click. Right click on it. When you right click on it, it will, the outline color will change from the black that is there to a different color. I'm selecting blue now. So I let it change to blue. If I zoom in, you see that it is blue we have here and not black anymore. So the edge of my shape is blue, while the shape itself is green. If you have done
Sorry,
that,
sir.
fine.
Sir, I want to ask you a question, sir.
Go ahead.
Is there a way to make the outline bigger?
Yes, you can make the outline bigger. Thank you very much for bringing that up. There is an outline. When you click on it, you see an outline tool up there. It has something around PT.
Okay.
And you do that, just click on it and select the amount of shape you want. So just click on 4. Let's use 4 PT. That makes it thicker. Have you seen
Thank you,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Have you
Thank you,
seen it?
sir.
Any other person? I think that's very helpful. That question was very helpful. There is an outline number there. PT. It ends with PT. The reason why I'm finding it hard to communicate directly here is because I am using a Mac, but on an HP or Dell, it's quite different on Windows. But at the end of the day, you have the same result. So if you see anything that has to do with like outline pen, there's something like a PT up there, just click on it and select the amount you want. So let's use 4. If anybody has done that, let me know. That's outline.
Done.
Yes, I've done it.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So let's go back to my presentation. So we have
Done.
nice. Now you can change the color with the outline tool, right? Everybody can change color of the fill and the outline. If you look at my presentation, there's a difference between fill tool and outline tool. Who can explain that from what we have done? The fill and the outline tool. Anybody, just explain that randomly.
The field tool, sir. The
What's
field
your name?
tool,
Sorry, what's your name, brother?
Eyilala Oluwa, sir. Femi Balakale.
Okay, go ahead.
The field tool colors the entirety of the inner parts, or let's just say basically the whole shape.
The whole
Why
shape.
the outline tool colors just the edges, the sides, but not to the entirety of the shape, but
All right.
the edges of the shapes are.
You understand that now? I hope everybody understands. The fill tool is on the inside, while the outline is just for the edge. Do you all understand? Kindly signify if you have understood that.
Yes, sir. Understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I
Yes,
understand.
sir.
All right. All right. Having done that, I think that's everything we want to learn today. But I'm just going to give you an addition. Now, that addition is this. Go to your Corel Draw. That addition is this. I'm going to teach you how, for example, now, okay, let's have it this way. The shape in the middle of your design, there is a rectangle shape, right? Or a square that you have drawn. Make sure it is in the middle of your design. Bring your name into it. You bring your name into it, into the design, into the shape that you have drawn. If you are not seeing your name, just click on Shift, Page Up. Page Up is on your laptop, right? There's a key called Page Up. Just click on Shift, Page Up, so that your name will come up while the shape will be down. If you can do that, let me know.
Done,
Sir,
sir.
what if you are using a
Done.
Somebody did not understand. What's your question, please?
No, I said, what if you are using Windows? Is
Yeah,
it
I'm using
still
Windows.
okay?
There is
I'm
page up
explaining,
there.
I'm using a Mac, but I'm
Okay,
explaining
okay,
to you in the Windows term so that you can understand.
okay, sir.
Yeah. So just
Under that page up is break.
Shift Page Up. It's not break, it's to
Like
bring up.
under it, there is brick there
Okay, yes,
on
yes.
Windows laptop.
On Windows laptop.
Mm.
So if you can click on Shift Page Up, if it's not working, some laptop will not allow that. You can click on Function while you are doing that. Click on Function, then Shift Page Up. Just make sure your hand is on Function, then Shift Page Up. That way, what is below will come up. And if you want it to go back down again, just play with it now. You can click on Shift Page Down. It will go back down. Shift Page Down. All of this is just a way to arrange what you have designed. Shift page up will bring it up. Shift page down will take it down back. So my own shift page down is here, and my shift page up is here. If you understand, kindly signify.
Yes, I understand.
I got it, sir. I understand.
Now, you see your name and that shape.
I
Is what
understand, sir.
I want you to convert your name and that shape to a picture now, so that picture will be on your laptop. You understand? So what we are going to do is, before you do that, I want you to, I'm sure you all have pictures on your laptop. Somebody is talking, please kindly mute your mic. We are already out of time, so we are taking another 5 minutes extension. 5 minutes. Good. Now, I want you to bring a picture into this design. A picture. So how do you do that? You click on Control I. Everybody click on Control I. Control I simply means import. You are importing a picture into CorelDRAW. Control I. So you import. I'm pressing Control I now. So it's to show you a folder. Just go to any folder where you have pictures on your laptop. Go to any folder where you have pictures. This is my own picture here. So once you click on just double click on the picture, double click to bring the picture here, and click on CorelDRAW. The picture is inside CorelDRAW now.
So please, can you come again?
Control I. Go to a folder where you have a picture on your laptop and double click on the picture. Double click on the picture. If you have done that, kindly signify. Control I means to import picture
No,
into.
but now.
Done, sir.
Good. Let's wait for
Done,
others.
but
1 more minute.
wow.
The picture is too big, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now the best way to decrease the size of your picture is from the edge. So you can zoom out. To zoom out is Control minus. If you are on there's a minus key up there along the numbers line, somewhere around there. So just if you are using Windows, just press Control minus. It will zoom out. Control minus. You can see what is happening on my screen. It's zooming out. You want to zoom in back. Control plus. You zoom in. Control plus. You can see that. Can you do that? Now, if you are
I'm not getting.
to zoom out in order to see your picture, you are using a mouse. You can simply slide on your mouse. There's this simple stuff. This there's one rolling stuff on the mouse. You can slide. You can just roll in and roll out. If you cannot do that, you are using the trackpad on your laptop. Just Control minus to zoom out and Control plus to zoom in. To zoom in, it's Control plus. I'm zooming into my picture now, as you can see on my screen. Then to zoom back out, it's Control minus. You zoom out. Minus, 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 minus. Make sure your hand is on Control. Then you click on minus.
Done.
Good.
Okay.
After you have done that, you can decrease the size of your picture from the side. Make sure you are not decreasing it from up like this. It will compress your picture. Look at my screen. It is going to compress your picture. Make sure you are decreasing it from the side. From this side, you hold and decrease. Hold it and decrease it. You can hold it like this and decrease it from any side. From this side or from this side. Do that now, please. From any of the sides. There are 4 sides. One here.
How are you decreasing?
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining. You hold it, hold the edge and decrease. When you are done, you release the mouse. If you are not using a mouse, you can do it on your trackpad computer. Just double click and hold it till you reduce. Double click it, just hold till you reduce. If you know you figure that out, let me know.
I have.
I have.
Nice. You just decrease it by holding the picture on the edge.
Done, sir.
Nice. Make sure, remember, it's a simple law. Don't compress your picture by doing this. You see that it has spoiled the entire shape of my picture. You understand? So what you want to do is you want to reduce it from the edge. From the edge, so that it will not mess with the way your picture is, but the size will only be reduced. I hope you all understand that. So it will just
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
nice,
Yes, sir.
good. If you have your picture and your name and the shape, kindly signify. You have those three things on your screen, kindly signify.
I, sir. I do, sir.
I have it. I have
I do.
it, sir.
All right. So the final thing we are going to do now is to export this thing. Export it. Control I means to import. Now we want to export. We are going to click on Control E to export. Control E to export. You highlight everything first. Before you do that, please highlight everything. Highlight everything from outside your design. Just click on the mouse and drag on everything you want to export. Drag. When you see that your mouse have highlighted everything, you release it. And then you press Control E. If you know you have done that, signify. When you press Control E, just hold on. I'll give you directions.
I
Done,
have done
sir.
that.
You have highlighted everything on your screen. Make sure what you highlight includes the shape, the name, and the picture. Have you done
Done.
that? Beautiful. Now, when you press Control E, you are going to see Save As. There's a name there. You can name your picture. Just name your picture, anything. I'm naming it Myros picture. Myros picture. I'm naming it Myros picture. So just name your picture, anything. Don't press Enter yet. Just name your picture. After you name your picture, there is a place where it will show you which folder do you want to save. You can save on your desktop. So that by the time you finish exporting, your picture is going to be on the desktop. Just save on desktop. Now there's a place where it will show format. You click on that format and make sure you locate JPEG. JPEG. On Windows, it will show JPEG bitmaps. Something around that. That's the format. It will save as a JPEG. JPG. JPG. On Windows, it will show JPEG bitmaps. If you have located that, kindly signify. If you have not, let's restart. Because of you.
Done, sir.
Please start.
Good. Now let's go back to export. If you have done, you can locate your picture on your desktop. But if you have not, I want to go back now. Now this is your picture. I want you to highlight. For those of you that have not done it, go back, like you go to the side of your design, from outside your design here. You highlight everything you have designed. That's your shape, your text, and your picture. Just make sure you highlight it from up to down. Look at my screen. If you look at my screen, you are going to understand. You highlight it from outside. You highlight from up here. Make sure your mouse covers everything while you are holding it. Then you release the mouse. You release the mouse like this. That way you see that your mouse has covered everything you want your pictures to look like. Your picture to look like. Then you click on
Yes, I've copied.
Good. You now click on Control E. Control E means this design, you want to make it a picture that you can share on email or WhatsApp, anywhere. Just press Control E. That's Control E. After pressing Control E, you name it. You name your picture. There's a place where you have name. Just write something like Myros picture, like your name. Save it in your name. After you save it, you can save it as class 1. After you write class 1, they'll ask you where you want to save it. Make sure you select desktop so that it can save on your desktop. And there's a format there. In the file format, make sure you select JPEG bitmaps. Select JPEG bitmaps. That's JPG bitmaps. If you understand now, signify.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, you the one that
Yes,
said you don't
yes.
understand before.
No.
I understand
Okay,
now. I'm the
what's
one.
that? All right, beautiful. Now, once you have done that, you can just press enter or click on export. Click on export, done. That means you are done. I'm exporting mine now. Now that I've exported it, you press OK. There's a selection page that will show you again. Just press OK. OK. Have you done that?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Yes.
Now, if you have done that, go back to your Corel Draw. Let's do it one more time. Everybody, to your Corel Draw. Let's do it one more time. This one will be fast and smart. Highlight everything on your screen. Press Ctrl E. Rename it. Click on desktop and press export. You can name it class 1. Press export. After you press export, it will show you this screen. On this screen, make sure you are clicking on, there is a place, you see CMYK there. There is a place, the color mode. You are going to see CMYK. Make sure you click on that CMYK and make sure your picture is in RGB. I'm showing you the two differences. That's why I said let's do it twice. There's a CMYK color mode and there's an RGB color mode. So now the first one you did must have been in CMYK. Now we want it to be in RGB. So make sure you click on RGB and then OK. Once you click on RGB, just press enter.
Sorry, sir.
That.
Can you
Done.
please do that again? I didn't
Good.
get you, sir.
Good. Export. After you have clicked on export, you understand that you have to save it as class 1. After you save it as class 1, click on desktop so that the picture will save in your desktop. After saving it in your desktop, you now click on the file. The file must be JPEG. You see a lot of files there. There's PNG, there's SVG. Make sure it's JPEG. After you do that, it will take you to this page where there's a preview of the picture, right? Are you there?
All right, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a place where you see CMYK. Can you locate CMYK under color mode?
I have, sir. Yes,
now
sir.
click on that CMYK and select RGB.
Oh, okay, sir.
Have you done that?
Yes, sir. So
Now
what's the
press
difference between the CMYK and the RGB?
Okay. This difference is CMYK means cyan, magenta, yellow, black. That's what CMYK means. Why RGB means royal blue, green, and black. Now that's it means red, green, and black. Now that RGB is meant for shareable pictures. So if you create a file that you want to share online, you can use RGB. But the CMYK means you are going to print. And in printing, the colors they use for printing is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So if you are printing, if you create a file that is going for printing, maybe you created a file that is going to be on a billboard, you want to use it to print out a banner, you can save as CMYK. But if it's going to be something that is just going to be shared as email or WhatsApp pictures, make sure you save it as RGB. Do you all understand now?
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So those are the two differences in picture sharing. So you see some pictures, some will be looking dark. That's CMYK. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's going to print. And the RGB is the one that everybody uses on WhatsApp because it's shareable and sharp. So if you are pressed OK, simply means that we are done with today's class.
Sorry, I have a question, sir.
Go ahead. If there is any
All right.
question, kindly.
My question is that if we click the CMY key instead of RBG and we want to share online, what's the implication? Would it not share or?
It will share. It's not as if it will not share, but just know at the back of your mind that that's not the best format. The best format for sharing is RGB. It gives you natural colors on phone, on smartphones.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
While the CMYK is for printing. Yeah, questions, please.
Yes, the other time you said we should bring in our name inside the shades that we already colored.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My own is not really doing. It's just it's printing like is smaller in the shape, and I
If
tried to make it bold.
it is small, you can increase it. You drag it. You go
So
back
we
to
can
Corel.
the way we are supposed to bring in the pictures. The name inside the shape. Can you take it again, please?
Now, if you have typed, look at my screen now. I'm retyping it. If you have typed your name here, I'm typing my name now. MIRUS. If you have typed your name here, you can increase it outside your design, increase it, make it big. All right. By the time you are done with that, you bring it into your design. You just click on it here. You click on the middle, hold it, and bring it into your design. You hold it, bring it into your design. Now that your icon is still on it, make sure you click on the color you want it to be. Me, I want mine to be yellow, so I'm clicking on yellow. If I want it to be white, I click on white. After you're done, you can highlight everything together, everything, and export it.
Oh, now, okay, I get it now. Thank you.
Now, any other questions, please? I want to make sure that we all understand how this app works before the next class. So ask your questions.
Myros, this is Rocky.
Boss.
So I just wanted to add to what you said regarding the color profile for the person that was asking the difference between CMYK and RGB. Now, for the person, just please listen. When you check your color picker, you see that there's a place that you can type in colors, or any color you pick, it gives you the code. It's called hexadecimal code. Now, for those that did further math, or if you don't do, I'll just do a backtrack. For those that did further math, there's a place in FMP further math project 2 called calculation of processing device, where you do base 16. Now, it is that application in our here where that your color picker section, there are so many colors available that they can't name it red, green, blue. So now they now have to be using hexadecimal code, which means your white is starting from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 in 6 places. Sorry, your white is starting from F in 6 places. Then your black is going to 0 in 6 places. So when you do the permutation and combination, you can store billions of colors using different names that are unique. The downside to it is your color profile is dependent on these things. When you are using CMYK, the colors are not as much compared to RGB. So now you have fewer colors for CMYK color profile than RGB. So when you are printing, if you design in CMYK, it is exactly what you designed on your computer. That is what you will see when it is printed. But then if you design for CMYK and you are sharing that same color profile on web, you'll be seeing a different tone of red in your computer. And by the time you want to use it on another platform, maybe design it for web, you now printed that format, you'll be seeing another tone of color. So your client will now be like, what Myro said, what I ordered versus what I got. On computer, it looks so fine, but when you printed it, it is now very ugly. So that is why designing in the right color space is very significant. So there are other ones there. So you just have to know which platform do they want to use it. You go and make your research. What is the best color profile for this platform? That is just the whole idea. And when you are printing, they layer all of these things together. That's your cyan, everything. Or my lepon, be addition. It will now give you the exact color available in your CMYK color profile. So I believe that explains the whole Kini. So bless up.
Thank you very much, Rocky. That makes a lot of sense. So a lot of times, if I want to explain all these things, I always feel like.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I always feel like you guys are, you are still new. So I don't want to just rub it in your face. Like all those words will be looking like secondary, but Rocky has done justice to that, and I guess you all understand. So, I think that's the end of everything I want to share with you in this class. You have your all the tools. You have been able to execute the usage of 5 tools today here on my presentation. We have the Pick tool, which is the tool that allows you to work without using every other tool. And when you are done with those tools, you have to go back to Pick tool in order to continue your work. So you have the rectangle tool that allows you to draw shapes, rectangle or square, by clicking on Control or Command. And you have the ellipsis tool, which is the circle tool that allows you to draw different forms of circle. You have the text tool that allows you to write on your design. And the last one is supposed to be the freehand tool, but I wrote text tool again. So it's supposed to be the freehand tool. In the next class, I'll make sure I do justice to that. But in the meantime, all the tools we have used now, they will actually come in handy in the assignment I'm going to share with you. So just execute the assignment like we are in this class. If you have any questions, come into my WhatsApp, drop your questions. I'll tell you what to do. You are going to find the assignment on WhatsApp. I'm going to share it on WhatsApp, and you just do it and you send to the group or you send to me directly anyhow you like it. You understand how to use the color palette too. You understand that there's a difference between the fill color and the outline too. You understand the outline color. So you can make your outline color any color you like. I also showed you on CorelDRAW. Somebody asked the question, and I showed you how to increase the number on your outline. And I forgot to show you guys how to change your font. Font are different ways you want your text to look like. So if you click on your text, there's a font bar here that comes alive. If you click on your text, look at your screen. If you click on your text, there's a font bar here. There are a lot of fonts here. You can install different fonts online. Go online, you can change the fonts to thicker font. I have a thicker font here. You see that the font I used before, this is the before. And look at the way it looks now. You see that the font before is not as beautiful as this one now. There are also some custom fonts that looks like, you know, strokes and styles. Let me use one of that for you. There's one here. Now, this is another font. So the moment you click on your text tool, you can select from the font bar what you want your text to look like. Do you all understand? There's another font. They have a lot of fonts. I have over 1,000 fonts on my laptop. You can install a lot of fonts too if you want to. There's another one here. So I'm just playing around it so that you can see what it actually looks like. So let's play with the text, the font tool, and export again. Now what I want you to do is what you have done in this class today. Change the fonts, make the fonts look anyhow you like. Make sure your picture is there. Make sure you have different colors displaying all over your design, and send it to the WhatsApp group. I'm going to send mine now to the WhatsApp group so that you can see what my own design look like. I'll name it class 1 and export. RGB. Always remember, RGB is the best for sharing. Now I'm going to share that to the WhatsApp group, and I employ you guys to do the same thing. Good. So if you check the WhatsApp group, share my picture, please do the same thing. That brings us to the end of this class. Please do well to follow my social media. I want to see you guys next week. And if you have anybody that still wants to join, who wants to learn Corel, who wants to learn CorelDRAW, but did not join this first class, please encourage the person to join. There is nothing bad in meeting us next week. The bad part is if you have gone too deep into CorelDRAW, somebody just wants to join. Remember, you can still meet up now. Tell those guys that wants to join, let them join now. Do yourself, make sure you don't miss next week class. It's going to be by 11 a.m. same time next week Saturday. I hope to see you. Please, my social media accounts still remains Michael Myros and Myros Media. Thank you very much. To round off, please.
Sorry, the deadline for the assignment.
I'm going to share the assignment on WhatsApp now, and just once you are done with the assignment, make sure you send yours before Friday. The next class is on Saturday, so make sure you share yours before Friday. You understand? And there's a score. There's going to be a score sheet where you have your name and your score. As a graphic student here, it's going to be shared with Noasa, and that's how they're going to pick the best student and give out the gifts that they have in store. But having said that, make sure you relate well with everybody. Share me your assignment. Let's interact well on the group, and I hope to see you guys next week. Thank you very much.
But we should share. Hello. So we should share the one we just did on the group chat now.
Yes, share it now. Let's see what you have done. I want to see what everybody has done now. Share it on the group chat. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then assignment will be shared. In fact, I'm sharing the assignment.
Please help us to extend the time to as well. Sir.
Yes.
If it is, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. I
can't hear you.
1 hour will not be enough.
As time goes on, obviously we are going to attend the class, but there's individual differences and different use of time on Saturday for everybody. So for you, it might convenient to extend the time, but for others may not. But we are going to look into that and see how we can have more work.
Supposed to extend the time that 1 hour will not
I understand. I've addressed that. Yes, I'm here. I've addressed that. We are going to look into the timing to make sure everybody is on board with adjusting the time. some people don't have the time to spare for more than 1 hour, while some of you do. But for that, we are going to look into it and make sure the time is able to accommodate and is suitable for everyone before we do that. Do you
Thank you
Then
very
what
much.
of that gray scale? What is it for?
You are going to do grayscale in the next
Okay.
class. Don't worry. It's black and white.
Okay.
So we'll do that in the next class. All right. Kindly sign out by saying anything. Make sure just all correspondence should be sent to WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. Bye.